year, the Center for Leadership is proud to recognize excellence in executive leadership, as well as recognizing companies that have been doing a great job in their leadership development.
This is a huge event. It's one of the go-tos of the year. It has one of the highest caliber of attendees of any of the other events that I attend.
The Center for Leadership at Cal State Fullerton is amazing. Some of the best companies are there. One of the reasons why our company, Advanced Beauty College, joined was to be able to learn from the best.
I'm a big proponent for the Center for Leadership. There's something really magical about Mahalo and about the students that go to Cal State Fullerton. I mean, this is the highest group of students that work their way through schools. This is the highest group of students who are the first to graduate college. And so it's an innovation in today's world.
The Center for Leadership is finding amazingly driven students at Cal State Fullerton that we love the opportunity to get to know too, and hopefully they can become our future employees.
To be able to help students, to help programs, and to be able to have a voice in developing the next generation of leaders, as well as learn how to be better leaders ourselves from the best.
The innovation, the ideas, the passion, all that's going to come from our youth. And if we don't coach them up and teach them how to do that, we're missing the boat, because they're coming up right behind us, and that's who's going to carry the torch moving forward.
I think that leaders that are not involved are missing out. This is an opportunity for them to give and connect with other great leaders in this community and to be challenged.
If you're a leader and you're all about finding purpose in your work, knowing why you exist, then come to the Center for Leadership and we will show you how you can help us change the world through the future leaders.
At the end of the day, what we do is for our students. Any fundraise, any activity is all in to support our students, and I'm very, very happy to see so many people are here to supporting our team.
Good afternoon. I am so honored to be here at the 2020 Annual Leadership Awards to accept the Center for Leadership Awards for, what? I'm sorry, what? I'm not here to receive an award. Oh, well, that's embarrassing. Let me try that again. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the 2020 Center for Leadership's 9th Annual Leadership Awards. I'm so honored to be here, even if the Academy snubbed me yet again. Kidding aside, you guys, there are countless executives and companies in our community whose excellence in leadership and leadership development far exceeds mine. They are amazing, and I am so proud to both congratulate them and thank the Center for Leadership for recognizing who they are and what they do and how they lead. Just like our honorees, the Center for Leadership is a steeple of excellence in our Titan community, and a key reason why we are a state and national leader in high-impact teaching that yields high-impact graduates and high-impact leaders. Everywhere I go in Orange County, Titans tell me about how the Center for Leadership's students and community programs, along with the myriad consulting opportunities and this amazing awards program, is a point of pride that they literally hang their orange and blue hats on. So thank you, Center for Leadership, and congratulations, honorees. And thank you all for being a part of this terrific Titan celebration. Go Titans!
Hello, I'm Charles Antis, and I'm so excited that this day is finally here. It's a little bit different this year, though it's exactly how it's supposed to be. It's virtual and it's live, so please bear with us should any technical issues arise. Thank you for joining us today, and welcome to the 9th Annual Leadership Awards. Each year, the Center for Leadership and its executive board of advisors recognize outstanding individuals that have distinguished themselves with their executive leadership. And additionally, we recognize organizations that have distinguished themselves for their leadership development. Today, I'm honored to share this virtual stage with none other than the Center's director, Jay Barbuto. How do I talk about Dr. J? Well, last year when I introduced him on stage, I compared them to a honey badger in the tenacious way that he recruits our board members. Honey badger don't care, just takes what it wants. It's true, Jay builds boards with folks that put their people first, senior VPs from HR from top teams like Chalk, Disney, and the Anaheim Ducks. Though this story from last Wednesday may better show why I trust Jay's leadership. During our Zoom walkthrough for this event, I forgot my line, I was tired and frustrated, and I said, "I'm sick and tired of Zooming today." Jay paused. He looked straight through me at that double Zoom screen, you know the one I mean, and he said calmly, "You can't say that." As I stood there, a little shocked, Jay reminded me what my role is. And thank you, Jay, for your leadership, because you reminded me that today more than ever, my role is to lift everyone I touch and to be all in every day, all day with a smile and good cheer. Thank you, Jay. Now, more about Dr. J. Dr. Barbuto is the director of the Center for Leadership, which he founded in 2011 as a startup venture at Cal State Fullerton. And he has worked tirelessly to develop this center and its programs to where it is today. His connect, develop, and serve mantra has captured the purpose and inspiration that all those that have spoken to Jay feel, as his inspiration and dedication to students is highly contagious. Before coming to Cal State Fullerton, he was a world-renowned researcher in the leadership field with groundbreaking research in servant leadership, emotional intelligence, influence processes, and work motivation. His works have been translated into 62 different languages. Wow! And they're used in almost every country in the world. As center director, he has developed an incredible board of advisors and directors that has catapulted the center's brand and created energy synergies across programs, whether they be student programs on campus, consulting programs in the community, educational resources, or just bringing together like-minded, purposeful people to change lives. Ladies and gentlemen, my friend and our director, Dr. Jay Barbuto.
Thank you, Charles. That was really nice of you. And it's so great to be on the stage with you. I want to thank all of you for coming to this year's event. It's a little different than we expected, but here we are. Every year, the Center for Leadership is so proud to recognize excellence in executive leadership, as well as recognizing companies that have been excellent in their leadership development. This year, we have several honorees, and we are so excited to share their exciting stories of success and development. For today's event, I would like to thank President Virgie. Fram, thank you for coming on and sharing your words of wisdom and inspiration. Sorry, Fram, but your time will come, just not this year. You know, an event like this is very special because it speaks to the importance of staying resilient and becoming agile. We recently convened a group of 40 top executives in Orange County, and we asked them, in the new normal, what skills will be most sought after in employees? And the most consistent attribute that these 40 executives told us was agility and adaptability. So here we are, Southern California. Titans may reach higher, but leaders and those that excel in leadership, they stay agile. Next, we would like to thank this year's sponsors. There's lots of them. This year, we are proud to have 26 amazing sponsors, without whom this event could never happen. Our title sponsor is Zion Enterprises. Our platinum sponsor includes the Leadership Voice at the Center for Leadership, the Honda Center and Anaheim Ducks. Our Gold Plus sponsors include Alteryx, Kaiser Permanente, LRES, and Ventura Foods. Our gold level sponsors include CSP Networks, DTN Tech, El Triunfo Corporation, Hyundai Capital America, Ingram Micro Inc., Kevin Bowie Real Estate, Law and Mediation Offices of Elizabeth Yang, Teacher Created Materials, Word and Brown General Agency. Our silver level sponsors include Boys and Girls Club of Central Orange Coast, Hahn and Hahn, LLP, Mercer Consulting, and YMCA of Orange County. And finally, our bronze level sponsors include Advanced Beauty College, Antis Roofing and Waterproofing, Banc of California, Bank of America, Cosemi Technologies, and the Wooden Floor. It is with special thanks to this year's title sponsor, principal founder of Zion Enterprises, and last year's first ever Lifetime Achievement Award recipient, Charlie Zhang. Charlie's going to be on as our title sponsor and as our keynote speaker for today's event. Charlie Zhang is famous in California and beyond because he came to the U.S. as an immigrant with $20 in his pocket and has since become a businessman, founded such well-known companies as Pickup Sticks, Aseptic Solutions, Naked Juices, and many more. He is undoubtedly one of the most kind, purposeful, and strategic thinkers that I have ever met. Here to deliver this year's keynote address is Mr. Charlie Zhang.
Ladies and gentlemen and fellow 2020 recipients, congratulations for the Leadership Award and thank you to the team member. All of you make this virtual award happen. During this pandemic and challenge we are facing, we are still getting together virtually and united in one goal, to make the Center for Leadership more resourceful to the students. I strongly believe that America will be stronger once the health crisis is over. Let us fighting and win together. Thank you and congratulations once again.
Thank you, Charlie. Wow. Now, I'd like to introduce our staff at the Center for Leadership. Rosie Burchett is our program and event specialist for the Center for Leadership. You know, an event like this requires a lot of planning and details. For the past 2 years, Rosie has championed our annual Leadership Awards, as well as all events for the Center. Additionally, Rosie takes the lead with our Leadership Scholars program and oversees all of our students. It works closely to develop our student leaders. Danya Bari is our business and community specialist. She makes sure that all of our business and community programs are stellar and run without a glitch. She coordinates our Bringing Learning to Work programs. She coordinates the Leadership Voice TV program and our Leadership Scholars Alumni Board. She makes sure our community and industry stays connected to everything we offer. Please let's give a warm virtual special thanks to both Danya and Rosie for their hard work, and let's take a moment to hear from them both.
Hi, I'm Rosie. We're so happy to have you all a part of today's event. I hope you all are staying safe and healthy.
Hi, I'm Danya. We are so thankful for all of your support and we hope you enjoy the show. Thank you.
Thank you again, Danya and Rosie. You know, the Center for Leadership is able to make such an impact in the community and survive crises like these, all because of our tremendous support from the community. Featured in that support are the Center's Board of Directors. The role of the Board of Directors is to make sure that the Center for Leadership and all of our programs are deeply impactful and sustainable long-term. The Center for Leadership is proud to have 21 members on our Board of Directors. And this event would not be possible without the tireless work of our Executive Board of Advisors. That's right, we have 2 different boards. Our Board of Advisors shapes every aspect of this event. It guides all of the initiatives of the Center for Leadership. The Center is proud to have 25 members of our Board of Advisors. Excellence at the Center for Leadership is achieved by connecting, developing, and serving. But no need to take my word for it. Here's a short video to show you many of the terrific things we are doing at the Center to change lives together.
The Center for Leadership is the prevailing voice and resource for leadership development in Orange County. We connect students, organizations, and faculty. We develop student and organizational leaders through premier education, training, and outreach, and we serve Cal State Fullerton students, organizations, and the community. We've developed several impactful initiatives that make us unlike any other Center for Leadership in the country. In fact, A recent study of 58 Centers for Leadership shows that Cal State Fullerton has one of, if not the most impactful center for leadership in the country. First, every year we are honored to recognize excellence in leadership and leadership development at our annual Leadership Awards. This prestigious event has become among the most well-attended leadership awards in Southern California. With over 300 annual attendees and over 30 corporate sponsors, we're pleased to have honored over 30 past winners during our 9 years of Leadership Awards. Next, our consulting program, Bringing Learning to Work, connects Orange County organizations with faculty experts at Cal State Fullerton and provides training to develop leadership talent for today's work environment. With the third largest business school in the country residing right here in Southern California, we are able to provide access to the largest collection of faculty experts in the entire state. Training areas include leadership, diversity management, organizational dynamics, performance management, and work-life skills. With over 70 topics available via web or face-to-face delivery, the center is ready to bring the learning to work. In addition, every spring we host our annual Leadership Academy, which has become Southern California's premier education opportunity for emerging leaders. Participants of the Leadership Academy engage in a high-energy, deeply impactful 2-day program which features 360-degree assessments and unparalleled world-class professional training. If your company is ready to invest in its own talent, the Leadership Academy is ready for you. Aside from our many impactful community programs, perhaps the most notable initiative is our on-campus student programming. Our Leadership Scholars Program allows students to participate in a variety of programming and developmental experiences, which help them develop leadership skills, enhance their communication abilities, and grow their professional networks. Student scholars take part in a monthly executive speaker series, attend professional development workshops as part of lunch and learning training events, and serve the community through outreach and other activities. The program also offers scholarships to its most engaged scholars. Since 2017, the center has awarded over $90,000 to its participants. Since the program's inception in 2012, more than 100 students have fulfilled all requirements to graduate as leadership scholars. Each leadership scholar averages 2.2 job offers upon graduation. Few programs at any university rival the impact and opportunity provided to students at Cal State Fullerton through the Leadership Scholars Program. In addition, the center is one of the only centers for leadership in the United States that crosses into graduate education with an AACSB accredited MBA organizational leadership concentration. The curriculum for the MBA concentration in organizational leadership, along with the courses in the MBA program, prepares students for leadership roles in business, government, and civic organizations. Since 2014, more than 80 students have graduated with this concentration. Another program provided for the community is the Leadership Voice television program, which is Orange County's only TV program devoted entirely to leadership. Each episode addresses an important leadership theme and provides insights, facts, examples, leadership lessons, and a Q&A with a panel of experts. The program broadcasts in 20 different Orange County communities and is viewed on Titan TV across the Cal State Fullerton campus. Our center connects, develops, and serves by leveraging students, faculty, and the business community, creating synergy to maximize the impact of all programs. For information about getting more involved and impacting student lives, please contact the Center for Leadership at leadership@fullerton.edu or visit us on our website.
We have a great executive presence at the Center for Leadership, and right here today at this event. But if we're all honest, the biggest reason that the Center for Leadership exists is for the students. They give us drive, they give us purpose. And we've asked one of our graduating leadership scholars to offer some thoughts and words of inspiration. Let's hear from our graduating senior and VP of Operations and Development for the Leadership Scholars Program, Hahn Lei.
My name is Hahn Lei, and I am a graduate of the class of 2020. I wanted to celebrate the Leadership Awards 2020 with you and share that I feel so lucky to be part of the Center for Leadership. Most first-generation college students don't get the opportunity to meet a business leader. And it's difficult for students facing disadvantaged backgrounds to stand on the shoulders of giants that they never get the chance to meet. Supporters of the Center for Leadership, your involvement and character is crucial to inspiring leaders to stay true to their values, ask how they can add value instead of receive it, and believe it's never too early to start giving back. My time in the Leadership Scholars empowers me to live those lessons and maybe even inspire others to do the same. You created the space for me to learn how to engage in meaningful conversations with leaders who I never would have dreamed of meeting. And that skill has opened up doors that I never knew existed, such as my first paid strategic foresight project, mapping the future of market research. Like many other leadership scholars, my career aspirations and the fulfillment in my journey to get there is a direct result of your time, talent, and treasures. And I wanted to thank you and let you know that your involvement changes lives.
Thank you, Housen, and may you become a huge success in your career. I think you will. I'm positive you will. And come back to us in about 10 years to join our board of advisors. You know, one of the things we are most proud of about the student program is that we offer students at CSUF an opportunity to develop, but also that we have offered and awarded over $100,000 in scholarships since we started in the past 4 years offering scholarships. This past academic year, we awarded 54 merit-based scholarships to students engaged in the center's programs. All of these scholarships were awarded based on their engagement in the program. So the more a student invested in themselves, the greater the value of their scholarship. 4 students are receiving special accolades this year as we have specially sponsored scholarships. And I'd like to announce those right now. We have the Zion Enterprises Scholarship, which is given to the student in the Leadership Scholars Program that has earned the highest overall engagement. This means they have the most hours most invested of any other scholar in the entire program. This year, we are proud to recognize our newly appointed co-VP of Human Resources, Daisy Lee. We also have another scholarship, which is called the Leadership Voice Scholarship. It is given to the student in the Leadership Scholars Program that participates in the most connecting events. What this means is they're going to the executive speaker events, the executive board meetings, anytime they have a chance to meet with executives. This is the student that showed up the most. This year's winner is our VP of Marketing, Brian Tu. The Honda Center Scholarship is given each year to the student in the Leadership Scholars Program that has engaged the most in their own leadership development, meaning they went to training events and they went to opportunities like our Student Academy, things like that. The student that has participated the most during the year in investing in their own development and the winner of this year's Honda Center Award is Andrew Pham. Lastly, we have the El Triunfo Corporation Scholarship, which is given each year to a first-generation college student with exceptionally high engagement in the Leadership Scholars Program. This year's winner is our VP of Community Outreach, Shari Richner. The Center for Leadership is all about connecting, developing, and serving. And we achieve these things together. Each of us in the community, in business, and here at Southern California's biggest and Orange County's only Cal State school, Cal State Fullerton, and our Center for Leadership. Thank you and enjoy today's awards ceremony. Let's bring back our Master of Ceremonies, Charles Antis. You know, a lot of people know that his company, Antis Roofing, has donated a ton to nonprofits, especially groups like the Ronald McDonald House, Habitat for Humanity, and the United Way. But what some people may not realize is that Charles is on a never-ending quest to make a difference. Charles, you make a difference. And you make us all want to be better and do better. So let's hear from the host with the most, our master of ceremonies, our curator of goodness, Charles Antis.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you. That's powerful coming from you, especially because this is exactly the trait that the Center for Leadership is fostering in our young scholars. They want to give. Seriously, they reach out. They call me all the time on my cell. They call Corey and they ask to show up at builds for Orange County Habitat for Humanity and Meals of Love for Ronald McDonald House families. And you know what we say? Yes! And when they show up, they're all in, and it's beautiful. I'll always remember one of our scholars at Ronald McDonald House cooking a meal for a family, and when we were done cooking, he opened up the knife drawer and he started sharpening all the knives, but he was doing it like this, upside down, ninja style. And he did it so the families would have an easier time cooking, and I'll never forget it, and I'll never sharpen knives the old way again. I'm happy to tell you that the Center for Leadership is awakening powerful servant leaders, those that will build the bridge all the way to folks in their companies and in the communities. Okay, we're awakened in the moment, and now let's get to why we're all here today. I'm so excited. It's story time. Every year, the Center for Leadership recognizes excellence in executive leadership and leadership development, and we're excited to have some exceptional stories to share with you about this year's honorees. But before we announce this year's honorees, I want to give you some background on the awards that we are presenting today, specifically the Excellence in Executive Leadership Award. The Excellence in Executive Leadership Award recognizes Southern California executives who demonstrate exemplary success in building and in leading an organization to thrive in our ever-increasing competitive landscape. We recognize excellence in executive leadership across 4 categories of excellence: innovation, growth, cultural change, and strategy. Last year, we recognized 4 distinguished leaders that demonstrated excellence in executive leadership. These included Shari Battle of Banc of America, Jeff McBride of YMCA of Orange County, Robert Santana of Boys and Girls Clubs of Central Orange Coast, and Elizabeth Yang of Law and Mediation Offices of Elizabeth Yang. To introduce this year's honorees, we welcome back some of our last year's honorees. Please welcome Senior Vice President, Orange County's Market Manager of Banc of America, and my friend, Shari Battle.
Thank you, Center for Leadership, for having me at this event. It is truly an honor. You know, the great business writer Jim Collins and Bank of America CEO Brian Moynihan both talk extensively about the importance of delivering on the genius of the and, purpose and profit, delivering strong returns while serving our society and our local communities. And this is exactly what the Center for Leadership is doing with investing in its young people and teaching them these leadership skills. In fact, our first honoree this year is Christianne Finch Kerns at Hahn & Hahn LLP, and she embodies these values of purpose and profit. Christianne comes from humble beginnings. She put herself through college at Cal State Fullerton with little to no parental involvement or support while working full-time. After a short stint in corporate marketing, she put herself through law school at USC. Upon graduation, she was hired by one of the largest and most highly regarded law firms in downtown Los Angeles. Since 2003, she's been with the law firm of Hahn & Hahn LLP, which is a 120-year-old firm headquartered in Pasadena. She has served on the firm's executive committee for several years and has been elected to serve as the firm's managing partner effective March of 2020. With strong core values of servant leadership and inclusiveness, Christianne has become instrumental in Hahn & Hahn's leadership, growth, and evolution. The culture of this firm has changed dramatically under her influence, from an old-line Pasadena firm to a more diverse, inclusive, adaptive, young, and agile firm. The cultural change from a traditional Pasadena blue-chip firm to a woman and minority-owned firm has been dramatic. In fact, Chris is the first woman managing partner in the Hahn & Hahn's long history. Today, the firm embraces its connections within the community, with many of its partners serving on local nonprofit boards. The firm is the official law firm of the Rose Bowl festivities. The firm focuses on mentoring its young lawyers and developing young professionals, the firm, and society as a whole. Among other honors, Christianne has been recognized by the Los Angeles Business Journal as one of LA's most influential women lawyers in 2018 and 2019. It is with great pleasure to recognize the Center for Leadership's 2020 honoree for excellence in executive leadership in the category of cultural change, Christianne Kerns.
Thank you for that kind introduction. What an honor it is for me to be here today on this virtual platform and to be recognized for executive leadership in the area of cultural change. I've only recently been introduced to the Center for Leadership, and I'm very pleased that Cal State Fullerton has this wonderful resource for its students. I am a graduate of Cal State Fullerton and feel uniquely qualified to talk about the school and what it can provide to its students. The Cal State system has an unparalleled opportunity to provide a foundation, resources, and support for students who do not have the resources or family background from which to launch. My background did not provide the solid foundation which provided the launch that so many other students enjoy. Neither of my parents have college degrees, and they did not have the experience or resources to provide guidance or support as I went off to college. I had to find my own way. With fits and starts, I made it through. As a young college student, I fumbled around without guidance, trying to figure out classes and what I wanted to do with myself. I worked mostly full-time to support myself and pay my way through college. After realizing that my dream of becoming a juvenile probation officer would be too gut-wrenching, I went to a career counselor at Fullerton to try to figure out what I wanted to do with my life. The counselor asked me at age 19 what I had accomplished. I was dumbfounded. I was horrified. I dissolved into tears. I was sure that I had not accomplished a single thing. That college counselor was not an empathetic soul, but he did tell me something I didn't know. He pointed me in the direction of the job placement office. Through the job placement office, I learned that a few companies came to campus to interview students for jobs upon graduation. 2 years after I met with that counselor, I was successful in being hired for a position in marketing with Pacific Telephone, part of AT&T. It was a coveted job for business students. My major was sociology. I tell you some of my story because I believe it is more typical of Cal State Fullerton students than not. Many come to college without a clue as to what they want to do or even what the options are. Many don't know how to go about achieving even if they do know what they want to do. Many need to work to pay their way through school, which of course takes away from other experiences and opportunities. Many have no support or connections or even an idea of how to enter into the business world. It is incumbent upon those of us who are more seasoned to mentor, sponsor, assist, and support and connect with our college students and graduates. They have unlimited potential and they need to know it, and they need others to help them open doors. I am very impressed with the work of the Center for Leadership. It has an incredible opportunity to help support and shape a very large number of students. Students who can be our future leaders, but need assistance and support to get there. I proceeded to law school at the University of Southern California. After law school, I was fortunate enough to land a coveted position at one of LA's preeminent law firms. Women and minorities were vastly underrepresented, but I was fortunate to have had a senior partner take me under his wings and help train and mentor me for success. I owe a huge debt of gratitude to him and others like him. Because of this, as a more seasoned professional, I make a point to mentor, coach, train, and sponsor students and young professionals every opportunity I get. Whether it is working with law students as a mentor or with interviewing skills, or with young lawyers training and developing them for success. I was asked to talk about organizational change. As was mentioned earlier, I am now the managing partner of Hahn, one of the oldest firms in the state of California. Like most older firms, it was started by men for men. It was not until 1972 that our firm hired its first woman lawyer. When I joined the firm in 2003, fewer than 20% of its lawyers were women, and even fewer provided any ethnic diversity. Since then, we have focused on diversifying our firm on on the belief that our firm should reflect the communities that we serve and that diverse views are welcomed and needed. While staying loyal to the traditional firm values, our recruiting efforts and focus became much more inclusive. Outreach to law students and other prospective professional hires was expanded. Our administrative staff, while traditionally mostly women, has become much more diverse. Today, our firm is a majority women-owned firm, committed to diversity as well as the same traditional values for which Hahn & Hahn has always stood. The conversation of diversity, equity, and inclusion is front and center in our minds today. It is incumbent upon each and every one of us to look at our own sphere and decide what we can do to proactively further the cause of diversity, equity, and inclusion. Start in your own backyard. Look at your own company and see what can be done in this regard. Recruiting and outreach to new hires, training and development for employees, making sure that committees and projects are staffed with diversity in mind, and being mindful of diversity when making promotion decisions. And as a constant, we can all provide support, mentoring, sponsorship, and access to the younger generations, again, keeping diversity, equity, and inclusion in mind. Provide thoughts. You never know what nugget you may share today will become an important impact tomorrow. This is exactly what the students at Cal State Fullerton need, enough of a boost to help them get into the game, and from there they will thrive. It has been a real privilege for me to share some of my background and thoughts about the important topic of diversity, equity, and inclusion. Thank you to the Center for Leadership for all the good work you do and for your leadership. I am grateful for this honor. Stay safe and be well.
Wow. Wow, Christianne, what have you accomplished? So much. If you were here, I would just want to give you a hug if you were here in studio. Thank you for that. Congratulations. And now to present our honoree for excellence in executive leadership in the category of strategy, here is our 2019 honoree in the same category, President and CEO of YMCA of Orange County, Jeff McBride.
Thank you, Christianne, for that inspirational message. Thank you for having me as part of this event. This event brings leaders together from throughout Orange County to expose students to divergent views and methods of leadership. Our next honoree is Nguyen X of Cosemi Technologies, Inc. Dr. Nguyen came to the USA in 1981 as a political refugee. He has put himself through school and earned a PhD in electrical and computer engineering from UC Santa Barbara. Nguyen is the founder and chief executive officer of Cosemi Technologies, Inc., a global leader in innovative high-speed connectivity solutions. Cosemi designs and builds hybrid active optical cables that are plug and play and offer uncompressed, low latency interconnects using optoelectronics for extending video and data in the enterprise, pro AV, consumer, video collaboration, industrial automation, machine vision, medical, AR, VR, and automotive markets. Cosemi was originally bootstrapped as an optical components startup in Southern California in 2006, headquartered in Irvine. After 10 years in business, Cosemi successfully sold this business line to Broadcom in February of 2017. So what can you say about an entrepreneur that sells every product that were at the time in the market, keeping only his company name and untapped patents? Some would say a gambler, others would say that's an entrepreneur. Nguyen in 3 years has taken his patents for hybrid active optical cables for high-speed connectivity and has built Cosemi Technologies right back up to where it was just before he sold all of his products to Broadcom in 2017. That is an incredible story about a leader having a strategy, taking a risk, and making it work. It is with great pleasure to recognize the Center for Leadership's 2020 honoree for excellence in executive leadership in the category of strategy, Nguyen X. Nguyen.
Hello, welcome everybody. Well, first of all, thank you very much to Cal State Fullerton Center of Leadership for this award. Thank you to the judge for bestowing this honor upon me. I'm honored and humbled by it, even though I feel that I still have to earn it. But it does give me a platform to share with young entrepreneurs in Southern California, especially at Cal State Fullerton, that Orange County is a great place to pursue your entrepreneurial dream. Think big, dream big, and anything is possible. Even if you fail, we still get the best weather and best lifestyle in the world, right? Well, Jay has told me that my award is in the strategy category, so I will share with you our Cosemi strategy. We started Cosemi in 2006 to provide optical component known as high-speed photodiode for the optical communication industry. But in 2016, we pivoted our business to the new market segment, hybrid active optical cable. After we successfully sold our original business to Broadcom in February 2017. And recently, we have been able to close with a lead investor of our new business. One singular thing that every entrepreneur have to do all the time, especially startup founder, is to constantly make decisions based on incomplete information. The current COVID pandemic is putting an extra emphasis on the word incomplete information, right? So how do we make strategic decisions based on incomplete information that will minimize risk and maximize success? This is where I think the key is in the ecosystem that Orange County has to offer, and places like Cal State Fullerton Center for Leadership are key supporting pillar for entrepreneurs. In the case of Cosemi, let me share with you how we come up with a strategic decision-making process to pivot our business from one to another. Over the 10 years that we were in business, we managed to establish Cosemi as a dominant global supplier of photodiode for the optical communication market, to the point that we were only growing at the rate of the market growth. So we're looking to see how we can take calculated risk and embark on a new business that we can again see exponential growth, doubling revenues every year. That was a key turning point in 2016 that resulted in the sale of our business to Broadcom in 2017. How or what do we do? We went through a very basic process of observation and assessment, situation awareness and orientation, deliberation and deciding, and then action, and then repeat. Or as we've been taught in school of the decision-making process, the OIDA loop. And so far, we have been able to grow the new Cosemi business exponentially over the last few years. And with that, I would like to thank you again all for the honor of this award. Stay safe and healthy.
Wow. Dr. Nguyen, thank you for sharing this amazing story, life story, but also of reinventing business strategy. Thank you and congratulations. And now to present our honoree for excellence in executive leadership in the category of innovation, here is our 2019 honoree in the same category, founder and attorney of law, Elizabeth Yang.
Thank you, Christianne and Nguyen, for your inspiring stories. And thank you, Center for Leadership, for having me as a part of this amazing event. The Center for Leadership has been doing so much during this pandemic to bring all of the same exciting events to the community, but this time virtually. The Leadership Voice, for example, is now virtual, and it's bringing a lot of crisis-related topics to the community, such as topics surrounding the housing market. The Meet the Executives event is also virtual. So lots of leadership has been taken during this pandemic to allow the Center for Leadership to continue doing what has been excellent at doing all these years. So with that said, I am honored to introduce this year's honoree for excellence in executive leadership in the category of innovation to Jessica Word of Word & Brown General Agency. Jessica Word is president of the Word & Brown General Agency, the recognized leader in developing and distributing comprehensive health benefit plan models and insurance solutions through licensed brokers. Jessica Word is an advocate for inclusiveness and for advancing women professionals across industries. At Word & Brown, Jessica launched the organization's One Team philosophy, founded on the principle that each person within the organization plays an important role in creating the customer experience. Jessica was innovative in leading efforts to partner with Salesforce to take the company's efforts, previous proprietary CRM, and catapult the company's ability to track, analyze, and report to new levels. Their software has changed the industry for all insurance companies, creating broker and user-friendly interfaces with their WB Quote Lite, WB Broker, WBMID, among others. These innovative technologies enhance user experience and bring insurance products to the fingertips of those that need immediate options for clients, businesses, and consumers. Jessica has the vision to keep Word & Brown at the forefront of new technology. Jessica also serves in the community with the California Chamber of Commerce, Orange County Association of Health Underwriters, and the Center for Leadership. It is with great pleasure to recognize the Center for Leadership's 2020 Honoree for Excellence in Executive Leadership in the category of Innovation, Jessica Word.
Hi, my name is Jessica Word, President of the Word & Brown General Agency. Innovation happens in the moment where we are convinced we are failing and we choose that there must be a better way. To get where I am today, I had to learn to embrace the fact that I am a major failure, and I love myself for it. Having said that, please note it isn't how many times I have failed, but rather how many times I've innovated from these learnings and created something inspiring for myself, my team, this industry to hold on to and move forward in powerful and efficient ways. I had to become my true authentic self and stop dimming my light. This allowed me to no longer run from failure, but to lean in and glean the lessons it had stored for me. I am so humbled by this acknowledgement, and I will be 100% vulnerable with you, as that's the only way to show true gratitude. My number one favorite thing about creating successful innovations is watching others experience the success of what we created together. This award represents a personal and professional transformation within the Word & Brown organization. Successes such as this help continue to foster a healthy working environment in which internal experimentation, failures, and lessons and innovations has led to success. You must have a healthy working environment to do so. Thanks to our fearless leaders of the Word & Brown family of companies, John Word and Rusty Brown created a healthy working environment. We just don't hire for the job. We hire to maintain our culture that's been consistent, and that is a culture of experimentation, failures, and lessons, and innovation. For any innovation to deliver true value, it has to be aligned with the company's business strategy and have proper management tools, metrics, and above all, the people to help achieve it. At Word & Brown, we created ways to easily track every touch point we have with our customers and can tie every interaction, be it a failure, lessons, or success, to a monetary value in which we are now able to reduce spending areas that are not serving the end game of personal contentment and professional profitability. Our touchpoint tracking process has been one of Word & Brown's greatest achievements. By creating this conversation of failure to lessons to success in not just one area of our company, but across several departments in the general agency, along with our support divisions, we have changed the way we're doing business today. We have been able to reduce redundancies in our internal infrastructure, which reduces our overhead and puts resources back into the projects that matter to make the biggest impact for good, and a legacy of supporting our employees, our clients, all of humanity. My greatest inspiration for innovation comes from my amazing husband, my kids who are 5 and 7, my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister, all of my extended family. And when I say family, this also includes my Word & Brown family and all the incredible people I get to work with. This award represents a collection of all these brilliant minds and beautiful hearts, beautiful, operating from a place of integrity and trying to better our industry for all, not just within our own company, but for agencies, our carriers, our vendors, down to the end user, which tonight could be a family getting their preemie baby covered with health insurance, because that's the space we're in, health insurance benefits. I would also like to say hello to my fellow alumni Titan graduates, and greetings to all the students, and a special hello to our future leaders, the students here at Cal State Fullerton and everywhere. Thank you, Cal State Fullerton. Thank you for everything that you do. Thank you. And thank you for the Center for Leadership for putting this amazing event on, all the staff supporting our community. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Jay, for your leadership To all the students, I ask you this: which one of you will be the next innovative leader? Because this role is in high demand and the world is counting on you. It is recognized that many companies, large companies worldwide, are not able to innovate quite as fast because of their antiquated systems and cannot keep up with the pace of today's modern challenges and failures. They need you to stand in their failures and in yours and transform them into lessons and lead those who cannot yet see the light into new levels of success that are not even dreamed of yet. Our lives can change in a matter of a nanosecond. These past few months have taught me many things, such as control of our lives. Well, that's an illusion. Our daily routine is an illusion. But of course, that's if you're measuring time the way most of us do, which is linear. However, quantum physics shows us that the concept of linear time is simply an illusion, and everything that has ever been and will ever be is happening right now. So how are you showing up right now? Failure is guaranteed. Success, it's not. Success comes from when you allow your failures to feed your passion and the lessons that transform it into a deeper and more efficient innovations. For me, the stats, the wins, the money, that's not a true measurement of success. Contentment with how I played the game is the ultimate success. I want to be able to look back at my life when I'm old and gray and ask myself, did I enjoy playing the game? Did I enjoy every part of this? That is true success when you can say yes. Your inner feelings of contentment with how you showed up, not just for yourself, but for others in all failures, lessons, and success, is the king that trumps all. Or rather, should I say queen? Here's to all of you and your recognized failures, your current lessons, and your inevitable successes. Blessings on your journey. Thank you so much for this amazing award.
Wow. Jessica, thank you in your words for being a major failure, because you tied it to innovation, and that's exactly what I needed to hear in the super adaptive world that I'm in today, that we're all in. Look at us right now. And now to present our honoree for excellence in executive leadership in the category of growth, here is our 2019 honoree in the same category, CEO of Boys and Girls Clubs of Central Orange Coast, Robert Santana.
Thank you for those inspiring words, Jessica, and congratulations to all this year's recipients. Thank you to the Center for Leadership for inviting me to be a part of this event today. Leadership is a choice. It's a choice that we make to take care of those around us. It's a choice that we make to step up when others will not. It's a choice during times of crisis like we're experiencing now to do the right thing and to serve those who are most vulnerable. I'm extremely proud to be an advisor to the Center for Leadership and a part of the incredible work that's being done to strengthen leadership in Orange County and in Southern California. Our next award is for the excellence in executive leadership in the category of growth. This year's honoree is Julie Miller-Phipps of Kaiser Permanente. Julie was appointed as president of Southern California Division of Kaiser Permanente in August of 2016. She's a California native and a fellow Cal State Fullerton alum. During her tenure as president, she has led Kaiser Permanente through some incredible growth. Just over the last 4 years, Kaiser has added 25 medical facilities under her leadership. Membership has increased by 10% from 4.2 million members to 4.7 million members. And operational income has increased from 2016 at $674 million to almost $908 million today. But these numbers just scratch the surface of the impact that Kaiser Permanente is having in the community. Kaiser has invested $62.5 million into strengthening the healthcare professional workforce. They've also partnered with local nonprofits, including organizations like Goodwill of Southern California, to create new jobs. They also support inner city capital connections to aid 490 new small businesses with training and education. In addition to all that, they've also provided meals to the community and are on track to provide 62,000 meals a year. Julie brings a career and a strong track record of leadership here to Southern California, and she is growing our medical and healthcare capacity at a time when we need it most. It is with great honor to recognize the Center for Leadership's 2020 honoree for excellence in executive leadership in the category of growth to Julie Miller-Phipps.
Congratulations, Julie.
Hi, everyone. First and foremost, I really want to thank the Center for Leadership and Cal State Fullerton for this honor. It is truly humbling to be recognized in this way, and honestly, I'd be remiss if I didn't point out that I wouldn't have gotten to where I am today without the education, the mentorship, and the lifetime of support that Cal State Fullerton has given me. You know, they told me when I was getting this recognition, it would be in the category of growth. And at first glance, that made a lot of sense. We usually think of growth in terms of membership numbers, financial health, revenue, market share, or other similar metrics. And I've had the great privilege of overseeing Kaiser Permanente's Southern California region in a time of tremendous growth. I've been present for ribbon cuttings as we expand our footprint and open new facilities. I've been proud to increase our community investment dollars tremendously in recent years. And our market share is on the upward trajectory. All hallmarks of a company that's still growing and growing well after 75 years. But in these unprecedented times, I've had to expand my definition of the word growth, and I'd like to share that definition with you and invite you to expand your own definition of growth. In the past 6 months, our hospitals have had to think about how to grow our capacity to treat our patients in response to the COVID outbreak. We've added beds to hospitals, repurposed spaces to expand our ICU capacity, and stood up an entire field hospital, all at a pace that's nearly unheard of in our industry. This kind of growth, the kind that saves lives, has been a necessary response to a pandemic that spares no one. And while my heart is lightened by the number of COVID patients that we've been able to release from our hospitals, patients who have turned the corner and are healthy enough to return home, I can't forget about those that we've lost to this terrible disease. And I wonder, how else can we grow? What else can we do to even save one more life? Never has the need to grow been more tangible and more important. I also think about recent events as they relate to social injustice and disparities. As an organization, Kaiser Permanente has long been recognized for our commitment to equity, inclusion, and diversity. We have great numbers to show for it, and yet we're still in need of growth. We need to grow as an organization, as a community, and as a society. If we've learned anything from the painful events of late, it's that we still have much to do to ensure that the world in which we live in, one in which people feel safe and supported, respected and heard, that requires growth, both from us as individuals and collectively in our society. I truly believe that real growth starts at the top, and that's with all of us. Healthy, thriving businesses require healthy, thriving leaders, and our willingness to grow is what ultimately leads to success in the marketplace. Today marks the 19th anniversary of the tragic events of September 11th. Our reactions then were not so different from our reactions of the events today. Shock, disbelief, loss, confusion. But ultimately, we came together with a collective resolve to learn and grow from the experience. We can do that again now to make sure that this time ultimately counts towards making a better life, a better world, and to become our best selves. So, once again, I want to really extend my heartfelt thanks to the Center for Leadership at Cal State Fullerton and to all of my colleagues here with me at this event today. I'm honored to stand alongside you, and my respect for each of you knows no bounds. Take care and be well.
Julie, I'm moved by your words and by the wonderful work that your organization does for our community. These are such powerful stories. Christianne, I'm still thinking about your story, sobbing, thinking that you're striking out here as a Titan when you're 19 to your intentional journey to build the bridge all the way to all of your people, no matter what. This is a powerful story that I'm hearing over and over again today, and it's a beautiful story, and a story that I know our young servant scholars will always remember. Thank you for sharing these stories with us today. Thank you, Nguyen, Jessica, and Julie. Thank all of you for your inspirational stories, and congratulations to each of you for being recognized. Another thing that makes this awards event so impactful is that in addition to recognizing great leaders, we also get to recognize those brands that are developing the leaders that will lead us tomorrow. And I say, perfect timing. So now, we are pleased to present our second category of recognitions in the Excellence in Leadership Development Awards, which recognizes outstanding Orange County or Southern California organizations that have excelled in developing its human capital as evidenced by its organizational policies and creative leadership development programming. Last year, the Center for Their Leadership recognized 2 organizations for the Excellence in Leadership Development Award, Advanced Beauty College and Hyundai Capital America. Here to present this year's first honoree, please welcome President of Advanced Beauty College, Dr. Tam Nguyen.
Thank you so much, Charles Antis. I appreciate you, my friend. You are such an amazing leader, and thank you for hosting this program and your kind words. My name is Tam Nguyen, and I want to thank Dr. Jay Barbuto and the Center for Leadership today. This is a great event and much needed. Leadership is so important, more important today for our businesses than ever before. And the Center of Leadership continues to play an integral and important part of that. It's my honor today to introduce our first honoree. Our first honoree is Banc of California. Banc of California takes great pride in supporting organizations and activities that enhance the quality of life in the communities where our customers and employees work, live, and do business. By developing meaningful partnerships with a broad array of organizations, the Banc of California meets the needs of Orange County's diverse population, making a positive impact through at-risk programs, at-risk youth programs, affordable housing, veteran services, community revitalization, financial education, and workforce development. Banc of California believes that its greatest strength lies in its employees, which play an active role in the supporting the community programs and events. The Banc of California Employee Leadership Training Program is aligned with this vision. It provides an opportunity for current managers, tomorrow's leaders, to gain exposure to concepts, learning, and exercises that enhance their innate knowledge and skills. The program is designed for managers of all levels and provides exclusive benefits to expand on the expertise of today's thought leaders. This program also allows managers to discover new ideas for communicating, leading across employee life cycle, as well as building skills through the exploration of the leadership techniques and specific communication methods. And while the managers are exposed to an array of training modules, for leaders, they value diversity and build high-performance teams in a dynamic leadership essentials module, which is the heart of this leadership training program. The program, in turn, empowers managers to become leaders and not only to impact their teams, but also their communities that they serve, as a banking leader and a community representative. On behalf of the Center for Leadership, we are pleased to recognize Banc of California as an honoree for excellence in leadership development. Accepting on behalf of Banc of California is President in Business of Community Banking, John Suterday. Congratulations.
On behalf of all my colleagues, thank you for recognizing Banc of California for excellence in leadership development. We take great pride in supporting organizations and activities that enhance the quality of life in the communities where our clients and employees work, live, and do business. And by developing meaningful partnerships with a broad array of organizations, we serve our diverse population and make a positive impact through at-risk youth programs, affordable housing, veteran services, community revitalization, financial education, and workforce development. We believe our greatest strength lies in what we can accomplish together, and our caring and committed team members play an active role in the many community programs and events throughout Southern California. I've always said that banking is a people business, and our products are quite frankly a commodity. What sets us apart is the people and the value they bring to the client relationship and to our communities. That's why leadership is so critical. There are many characteristics of a great leader. We know what they are, so I'm not going to repeat them all. But I do want to touch on a few that I believe are foundational, whether we think about leadership internally with our team members or externally with our clients. First, integrity. This is a non-negotiable. And we're in the trust business. And the moment you lose trust with your clients or with your teams, it's very difficult to recover. Second, relationships. At Banc of California, we're proud to be the premier relationship business bank in Southern California. Internally building relationships and collaboration to get things done efficiently and effectively. And externally, building a strong, mutually beneficial relationship with clients and delivering value. And third, execution. Doing what you said you're going to do when you said you're going to do it. Leadership development is not an event. It's not an activity. It's not something you just check off your list. It's ingrained in our culture. Our senior leaders are committed to the success of our leadership development programs, creating an environment that attracts and retains top talent, and fostering continuous growth and development. The Banc of California Leadership Training Program is aligned with that vision. It provides an opportunity for our current managers and tomorrow's leaders to gain exposure to concepts, learning, and exercises that are going to enhance their innate knowledge and skills. The program is designed for managers of all levels and provides exclusive benefits to expand on expertise of today's thought leaders. And while managers are exposed to an array of training modules for leaders, such as valuing diversity and building high-performance teams, a dynamic leadership essentials module is at the heart of the leadership training program. The program, in turn, empowers managers to become leaders, not only to impact their teams, but also their communities as a banking leader and a community representative. So leadership is a journey, and we get out of it what we put into it. At Banc of California, we're committed to investing in leadership and investing in our future. Thank you once again for this recognition.
Thank you, John. Thank you for investing in our future here and investing in leaders. That's exactly what we need today. And now to present our next honoree for excellence in leadership development, here is our 2019 honoree representative, Chief Operations Officer at Hyundai Capital America, Vincent Rice.
Hello, I'm Vincent Rice. John, thank you for those great words. As the Chief Operations Officer, I am proud to represent Hyundai Capital America today. On behalf of the Center of Leadership, we are pleased to recognize Capital Group as our next honoree for excellence in leadership development. Through 9 decades, Capital Group's goal has been to improve people's lives through successful investing. Capital Group knows that its history is a testament to the strength of the people its people hire. More than 7,800 associates in 29 offices around the world help its clients and each other grow and thrive every day. As an investment firm, the success of the people who invest with Capital Group depends on the people it invests in. That's why it offers a culture, development, and opportunities that empower associates to build successful and prosperous careers. Over the last 6 years, Capital Group has invested in developing leadership talent by creating a strong leadership framework, Leading Capital. Award-winning leadership programs for all leadership levels and tailored learning and development experiences. Capital's leadership programs are cohort-based and feature a mix of in-person and virtual learning with hand-picked content that aligns to Capital Group's business and culture. Facilitated discussions, further connection to business strategies and on-the-job assignments, bringing lessons to life. Company leaders played an active role as mentors and sponsors and inspire a culture that values leadership development and continuous learning. Capital Group's first program launched in 2015 and reached all frontline managers in cohorts of 50 learners. The overwhelmingly positive response accelerated the rollout of the complementary program for all senior managers and senior business leaders. Supplementary learning sustainment modules let program alumni continue their leadership development and retain key learnings. Given the success with these core leadership programs, Capital launched a new generation of nominated-based experiences for emerging and women high-potential leaders. It goes with saying that while clients invest in Capital Group invests in its people. It is with great pleasure that we recognize Capital Group for excellence in leadership development. Accepting on behalf of Capital Group is Senior Vice President, Global Head of Talent Development, Becky Porter.
Thank you so much to the Center for Leadership for the recognition you've given Capital Group and our leadership programs.
Our company's mission is to improve people's lives through successful investing. And that is a very humbling endeavor. We manage trillions of dollars of other people's money. And in many cases, that could be a family's life savings or a child's college fund, or maybe it's the savings of a couple who wants to buy a house and start a family. Every associate at Capital understands that what we do makes a difference. We are improving people's lives. And those three words serve as the inspiration for how we develop our leaders. Our programs focus not only on developing and improving leadership skills, they focus on developing and improving each individual. And we all know that being a leader is not an easy task. And especially this year, we have seen, our leaders have been challenged in ways that we could not have predicted. We could never have imagined. There was no playbook. There's no case study that they could point to help them out. But by focusing on the whole person and improving and developing the whole person, our leaders have really been able to, in any environment, set the tone for the organization, stay grounded in our values, focus on what's important. And we've made the decision to give our leaders every tool we can to be the best versions of themselves every day. I'll give you an example of how this whole person view plays out. One of the core components of all of our leadership programs is developing strong relationships. Relationships and trust are core to our business. Remember all of those trillions of dollars entrusted to us. So how we build trust, how we cultivate relationships, how you maintain relationships over the long term, all of those skills are so incredibly important at work. And I would say maybe even more important outside of work, at home or in your community. And so by focusing on developing the leadership skill of building and fostering relationships, we're giving people the tools that they can apply to every aspect of their lives. And we've seen that especially this year, the lines between work life and home life are particularly blurred. The most memorable piece of feedback I got from one of our participants in a program was, I hope to live up to the responsibility and potential this program has given me. Associates leave our programs inspired and humbled by the challenges that they have in their role. Their commitment to making others feel that same inspiration and drive is how we continue to improve the lives of everyone around us. So thank you again. We're very, very honored. Thank you.
Congratulations, Becky and Capital Group. Wow, what a robust leadership development program. And now to present our next honoree for excellence in leadership development, here is our 2019 honoree representative, Vice President at Advanced Beauty College, Lynn Nguyen.
Hello, my name is Lynn Nguyen with Advanced Beauty College, and I want to thank Dr. Barbuto as well as the Center for Leadership for having such an amazing event today. Congratulations to both Banc of California and Capital Group on your well-deserved recognition. Our last, but certainly not least, honoree of excellence in leadership development is Wahoo's Fish Tacos. Wahoo's Fish Tacos was founded in 1988 as a response to surfers needing something better than a sun-drenched, soggy peanut butter and jelly sandwich when they came off the big California surf. The concept was to provide a cool surf culture cafe that served fast, fresh, delicious food that makes the beachgoers feel at home. The restaurant grew to become a chain of 60 locations. Today, Wahoo Fish Tacos has 1,500 team members company-wide and has promoted from within for 99% of its current supervisors, managers, and executives. It is actively supporting the communities it serves. Recently, its focus has been for essential workers. They provided meals for over 15,000 people and over 125 deliveries of food to those in need. But its success has always been its approach to developing its team members, developing teammates, and reducing turnover. The company is filled with stories of dishwashers and servers that eventually became store managers, as the approaches at Wahoo's has always been about the success through its people. It's with great pleasure to recognize Wahoo's Fish Tacos for excellence in leadership development. Accepting on behalf of Wahoo's Tacos is co-founder and partner Wing Lam.
I'm Wing Lam. It's an honor to accept this award for the Center for Leadership from Cal State Fullerton. It's all about our employees and how do we take care of them and how do we groom them to become great leaders. We grow them from within. So we take care of all of our kids. As over the years, we've had a lot of kitchen supervisors, managers that were former dishwashers, cooks, and even servers. So it's one of those ones they know all the skills and they become great leaders. It's one of the few things in life that when you try to bring outside, they quite never fit in. So think about the old farm systems. It's great when you can groom your future leaders from within. It now saves you a lot of money, but they have a lot of skin in the game and they really appreciate being here as part of the team. So we've had great luck. Our store here in Orange, Lilia was a former cashier, server back from our Bristol days, I mean, almost 28 years ago. And she's here still with us today. And it's a great, sign of leadership when you can have the whole team rally behind you as a former employee, now as a leader. And to all of the companies out there, my advice from you, try to promote from within. It's the best way to groom some great future leaders.
Yeah, Wing Lam. I love that dude. He inspires me. I've watched him around his employees a lot in the past few months. Wing creates leaders because he sees people often higher than at that moment they can see themselves. And he slowly gives them their stories to see and be more. Congratulations, Wing and Wahoos. Congratulations, Banc of California and the Capital Group. Thank you for sharing with us your powerful stories and for intentionally developing leaders. Perfect timing once again. Guess what? There's still more. It's time for an opportunity drawing before we wrap up. We have this drawing for a wonderful stay-at-home spa package courtesy of Advanced Beauty College. Let's hear what we have from Lynn at Advanced Beauty College.
Hello, my name is Lynn Nguyen with Advanced Beauty College. On behalf of Advanced Beauty College, Tam and I would like to donate this Dermalogica skincare gift basket. The contents of this gift basket include a pre-cleanse balm, special cleansing gel, multi-active toner, daily microfoliant exfoliator, and a skin smoothing cream moisturizer. Good luck to everybody.
And the winner is Christopher Dixon. Congratulations, Christopher. Rosie from the center will contact you with how to get your prize. Thank you, scholars. Thank you, honorees. Thank you for your stories of courage, passion, tenacity, kindness, and inclusion. I'd also like to thank all of you attendees because I know you. I met you in 2017, the very first year I came to this event, and I've returned and I've witnessed the highest caliber of purpose in those that attend this event. So thank you for coming here today with us. And we will see you next year at the 10th Annual Leadership Awards on May 7th, 2021 at the Hyatt Regency Newport Beach. Go Titans! Hey, you did it.
So, you did amazing, Charles. That was awesome.
I was scared to death. You were amazing.
No, you were amazing. You ready to do it for real now?
What?
Yeah, that was just rehearsal.
No way, dude. I'm not doing this again. I have to go to the bathroom.
All right.